Aloha. I forgot my headset thing, but you know what? Losing daylight, that's way more important, so the audio will definitely come out right, because it always does. I'm going to do a little compromise with the eyes here until the sun passes a little bit more. So, I'm currently walking across this beautiful bridge out in the middle of somewhere. And what did I want to talk to you guys about? You know what? Here it is. It's funny. You look right there, and the answer is always there. So this is what I want to talk to you about. This hat that I've worn, which says Browns, Grape, and Grit. And I wear it quite often, and I hashtag it in my post because the owner, Sonia Magdevsky, I believe I pronounced her last name correctly, was the first individual to give me an opportunity to talk about my book to an audience in her lovely tasting room in Los Alamos, California. So Sonia, I'm always elated to talk about your beautiful Syrah and, of course, my favorite Grenache. Just phenomenal wine. So, speaking of talking about my book, my mom was a very just adventurous spirit, and I think I'm setting a good example of how she rolled. Just picture me as a mom, and there you go. She was also had to be the dad too. So she was tough on me, but one of her dreams was to buy a bus, and a school bus. In fact, we had one parked in the back of the acre for many years. Never came to fruition, but the idea was to turn into a RV and then just travel across the country. And of course, I was, believe it or not, completely against that idea. I wanted to have a normal life like I saw everybody else, or the way it was portrayed on TV, or just, I knew that the life I was in just was how it was, but yeah, I definitely wanted something different. And that wasn't it at the time. So, but she hung out with mechanics because she wanted to know how to do her own oil changes, because there was no man in her life, not because she couldn't get one, but because she was very selective about who she allowed into her world, and she wanted to be able to be self-sustaining, and that is something that she ingrained in me from childhood, is to learn how to pardon me, cook for yourself, sew a button on your shirt, wash dishes, clean house. Because all of these things, if you lose out on everything, you don't have a job, or you can't, your resume just isn't impressive anymore, you can at least cut someone's lawn, and you can at least chop wood, something, make this body your value system and not the cash you have in the bank. And one day I feel the world will wake up to that idea that monetary value is not inherent in paper or currency, but in human life and individually, and teaching individuals how to find their bliss so that they can willingly discover how to follow it and contribute in some way to the betterment and regeneration of this world. Just an idea. So, if that is the moral of the story, here's the sunset ting above my head. Oh my gosh, and there's a moon right over there. I really want that to come out. Let's see. I believe it's right here somewhere. Anyway, I'm between a rock and a hot place. I'll be here all week if I don't ever find my way out of here. Speaking of hilarious, um, Buddy Hackett, I want to in some way pay tribute to Mr. Warmth, who could tell somebody to go to hell and have them look forward to the trip. That guy remotely taught me that when you're coming from the heart, you can say anything. And, you know, people are going to feel the real intentions, just like all you dumb sons of bitches out there. And fellow road dogs, because I'm coming from my heart. So, thank you for what you have given comedy and comedians. Believe it or not, at one time in my life, a dear friend of mine, whose last name is Gibson, like the guitar, surrounded me with comedians. When I was broke in LA, this was free entertainment, and I could be a seat filler to cheer on or even heckle the comedians just to get butts in the seat. And once I was called upon to do something chivalrous and totally Los Angeles-ish style, whatever, it's a term now. And basically, she needed somebody to heckle the guy, because if the guy is just comedian's on stage and he's saying his set and everything's going smoothly, it's kind of blah. He could do that standing in front of a mirror. But artists feed off of the energy of the crowd, and they can convert what seems to be negative energy into positive energy. And when the more they do it, the more they get into a flow. And there was this one comedian I would watch that he was always so down on himself. That was his whole shtick. And he would say, I was seeing this girl for a while, but then I lost my binoculars. And he's like, I'm thinking about going on tour in Australia so I could watch my career go down the toilet in the other direction. I thought that was my favorite right there. Anyway, so my job was to sit in the front row and to heckle this guy, and just something, whatever, not too rough, but, you know, let him know I was not pleased with his performance. So, he's on stage and everything's going smooth, but there's kind of a joke where it kind of falls flat. So I yell out, "You suck!" And he says, "Hey, buddy, come on, be nice. Let's be cool with one another. Hey, bartender, let me buy you a drink. Bartender, vinegar and water for the douchebag." And so I took one on the chin for the team, but after that, it lit him up, and there was a spark that just took his comedy, this lowly, woe is me comedian, to a whole other level. And hopefully, it is always my intention that these videos and stories that I share with all of you are helping taking all of your lives to a whole other level. Because adventure is out there. So, aloha. Road Dog, Casa Dumet's Winery in lovely Los Alamos, out.